Thomas! What are you doing up there?
I'm sorry, sir.
You are causing confusion and delay. The Duke and Duchess have no wood, straw bales or eggs. Now I see you have them all here. Cranky is broken, and you, Thomas, think it's a good time to try being a bird. The Duke and Duchess are waiting.
Thomas felt very silly. Then the Fat Controller looked at Cranky.
And you're as silly as Thomas.
Cranky crumpled.
The shame to be as silly as a steamy.
Thank you, Victor.
Of course, my friend.
Give Cranky my best.
The Fat Controller was cross.
Thomas, this is a terrible mess.
Gordon and James laughed. Thomas felt very silly. First, they took off James's old coat of red paint. Then they applied a special pink paint. The pink paint was to go under the new red coat. It was to keep the water out. James chuffed slowly out of the tunnel. He was very unhappy.
James, you're all pink. What a funny colour.
I'd hide too if I was bright pink. Hello, children. Who'd like a game of hide and seek?
Did the Fat Controller say a game of hide and seek? Yes, he did.
And Thomas's wheels wobbled with worry. The Fat Controller played hide and seek for a long time. He was very happy. So were the children. Edward was puzzled.
The Fat Controller never plays hide and seek. I know. And what's that on his face? A moustache. It just appeared. Today, the Fat Controller doesn't seem like the Fat Controller at all.
Just then the Fat Controller came back.
I won't be a moment, Thomas.
Thomas was amazed. So was the signalman. The Fat Controller never came into his signal box.
Hello there. May I have a turn?
Thomas looked up. He saw the Fat Controller pull a lever. Then Thomas heard Gordon's whistle.
Cinders and ashes. Here comes Gordon.
Gordon had all the important visitors aboard the Express. He was taking them to the party. With a clang and a clatter, the points changed. Gordon and the Express were no longer on the express track. They were now on a branch line heading away from the party. Thomas heard the Fat Controller whoop for joy.
Hurrah!
Fizzling fireboxes. I must ask the Fat Controller why he's being so strange.
Kevin, let's see what we have for our good friend Thomas.
Yes, boss. Coming right up. Sorry, boss. It was a slip of the hook.
Oh, Kevin.
The Fat Controller was driving Mr. Bubbles on the road. Then there was trouble. The car skidded and skated right into a muddy ditch. And so did the Fat Controller and Mr. Bubbles. Thomas didn't see them, but he did see a red signal. Thomas put on his brakes. More bubble liquid splished out and splashed onto the road. The Fat Controller's car skidded and skated right into a pond. But Thomas was too
The only special bubble liquid left is at Brendam Docks. Now there isn't time to pick it up before the show.
One morning, Thomas's fireman fanned his firebox ready for work.
Good morning, James. Have you seen Percy?
No, I have too much to do to see Percy.
What Thomas didn't see was that Mavis was fast asleep under the hopper. That's why she had put the trucks in the wrong place. Then he looked at Thomas. Thomas had fallen fast asleep.
Sleep well, Thomas.
And Thomas snored the sleep of an engine who had done a very good job.
Yippee!
Thomas couldn't let Charlie be more fun than him. He pumped his pistons, bubbled his boiler, and fizzed his firebox. The race was on. Thomas and Charlie roared and raced. Their funnels were fiery, they were soon red-faced. Alicia Botti could not believe her eyes.
My goodness me, this is a surprise. I thought Thomas was steady and slow. What thrills and what fun on the way to my show!
The engines were laughing, the race was such fun.
You're quick and you're speedy, but I'm number one.
Steady, boys. Who is your friend, Thomas?
Charlie, he's new.
I'm Fun.
And I'm Alicia Botti.
Miss Botti, it is an honor to have you visit our steamworks. Kevin!
Sorry, boss.
And while Charlie was coupled up to Edward's flatbed, Miss Botti sang to the steamworks.
That was fun.
And this is even more fun.
Bye-bye!
And Miss Botti cheerfully waved goodbye as the crowd clapped and cheered.
Oh, that little piglet is looking at me.
I think I'll call him Thomas.
Thomas was so happy his axles tingled and his boiler bubbled.
Don't worry, Percy. I'm sure the Fat Controller will come back with a special just for you. And when he does, be sure to tell me all about it.
Hello, Mavis. You look happy.
I am. I've just picked up these brand new crates. Victor had just delivered them to the steamworks. I've never pulled brand new crates before. Goodbye, Edward.
Then everyone gasped. It was a beautiful portrait of Dowager Hat.
Oh, my bottom! What a wonderful surprise! I'm very happy.
Hello, Mavis.
But Mavis didn't say hello to Emily. Emily was surprised.
Mavis? Mavis! Hello? Edward, look out! Those flowers are going to make Mavis happy.
Pardon?
Victor has to go to the transfer yards. He has to see one of the little engines. He'll be away all day.
Hurry, Victor. You'll be late for the little engines.
Very well, my friend. Good luck.
Where's Victor?
He's away today. I'm in charge.
Spencer was worried.
Over here, Spencer. Please, if you don't mind. Please. Thank you. What about Henry's coal? And Spencer on the hoist?
Thomas wasn't listening to Kevin.
Find the spare funnel, please.
Kevin was now very confused. To find the funnel, he had to put down Henry's coal. But first, he had to raise Spencer on the hoist. It was all too much for Kevin.
Oh dear, boss. Thomas.
Don't worry, Kevin. I'm in charge.
Then there was trouble. Kevin reeled and rolled back towards the hoist. And with a biff and a bash, he hit a big green button. That made Spencer shudder into the air.
Trembling tracks, what's happening?
Kevin gasped.
Heaving hooks. Sorry, Spencer.
Then Kevin dropped Henry's coal right in front of Henry's nose.
Bust my boiler and crashing coals.
Kevin rocked and rolled into James.
Mind my shiny red paintwork.
James was so upset he blew the biggest puff of steam he had ever blown. All over Victor. Victor had just arrived from the transfer yards. Now he was covered from buffer to buffer in twig, soot and straw. Victor's wheels wobbled and his steam stuttered.
Sizzling sodor! What has happened to my beautiful steamworks?
Then there was trouble. Muddy water flew high into the air and splooshed down all over Alicia Botti and the Fat Controller.
Thomas!
Thomas, my friend. You must not worry. My welcome present is right here.
Being with my friends is the biggest present of all. And the most special present from Sodor. There is nothing more special.
Then Thomas smiled and smiled. He knew Hero was right, and so did all his friends. Snow tracks. It was winter time on the island of Sodor. It had snowed all night. The trees were white, the cottages were white, and even the Fat Controller's railway was white. There was not an engine in sight. Percy was very excited.
It snowed!
Thomas didn't like the snow.
Bother! I'll have to wear my heavy snowplow.
I don't like snow. You can get stuck in it. Stuff and nonsense. Snow is soft, but I am strong. It won't bother me.
Thanks for clearing the tracks, Gordon. Now I can deliver the firewood faster.
Then there was trouble. The giant snowball was too big and too heavy. It started to push Gordon back down the hill.
Look out, Thomas!
Cinders and ashes!
Gordon and his trucks rolled back faster and faster. Thomas chuffed back faster and faster. He slipped into a siding, and Gordon rolled round a bend.
The giant snowball will surely miss us now.
But Gordon was wrong. The giant snowball rolled down the track and crashed and bashed into Thomas. Gordon saw Thomas and his truck of firewood lifted high in the air and derailed.
I'm sorry, Thomas. I'll huff my hardest to help you.
Thomas and Gordon chuffed cheerfully through the snow. And when they came to a hill, they always puffed around it. Together, Thomas and Gordon delivered the firewood to all the stations. The station masters were very pleased to see them. At last, Gordon and Thomas puffed home to Tidmouth Sheds. Then, the Fat Controller hurried onto the platform without his hat. Hero gasped.
Sir, good morning, sir. I hope the day finds you well, sir.
The day finds me with much too much to do, Hero. That's how the day finds me.
I can see, sir.
What are you staring at, Hero?
Nothing, sir. Just your hat, sir.
Excuse me.
Edward puffed in.
Hello, Hero. You look worried.
Not at all.
Then there was trouble.
Blistering boilers. In all my long years, I've never seen that before.
Hero was worried for the Fat Controller.
Sir, can I help you, sir?
It's a very busy day, Hero. I have to visit the Thin Controller. I must talk with him about the railways.
Hero knew this was important.
I understand, sir.
I must be away from Knapford.
Of course, sir.
Now Edward was worried.
Sir?
Not now, Edward.